Welcome to Board Game Empire. Today we're going to do an overview and review of Regency. This is kind of like a take that card drafting type of game. It's actually pretty easy to learn. And so we're just going to go over the overview and then review. So this is the setup of for a two-player. So you have your Regent mat, you have your Populist mat, you have your event cards, and then you have your citizens. Now, you'll be able to buy citizens through the market. And the way you buy the citizens is through the currency, which is the bottom left. And that's the currency that you'll be buying. So this one's 5, 6, 7. The goal of the game is pretty much to get the first 6 citizens. And the citizens, each one has a pretty much icon on the top left. So this one would be going right here, which is more like a pirate. But you want to get all 6 of them. Throughout the game, of course, like I said, you'll have 4 cards. And you could go beyond the 4 cards. You could use as many cards as you want throughout the game, throughout your turn. And then there's also there's action, reaction cards. So the actions pretty much are you're able to get cards in the Populist map, and then also you'll be able to take cards from your opponent. The reaction pretty much blocks cards, action cards, and so. But then there's also this right here, which is the Regent mat. You'll be able to spend 4 currency and flip it, and each one has a special ability. Like when a regent attempts to meddle with your hand or domain, cancel the effect. Now, you will be able to place more than 1 citizen in each area of the 6, because you will be able to eventually rearrange them. Because some of the citizens have multiple, what you want to call those, I guess, icons. Some of them has like 4 or even 5, and so you'll be able to rearrange it with some action cards. And because once you set it in a certain area, you can't move it unless you have an action card that makes you allowed to move it. And I think that's pretty much it, isn't it?
I think so.
So
did you talk about the cost?
Yeah, and so. Now we'll go into the review. You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You can go first.
All right. So one thing I really do like about the game is the graphics and the cards. Really cool graphics. I like the different player mats. The problem I have is with the individual variable abilities. They really don't do much, and they're very similar in nature to one another. So it really doesn't benefit which one you get. The only benefit is which ones you start out with, the icons. And so, I forgot to mention the icons too. You have to have an icon, one of the citizens or your player mat that has the same icon. The only difference is you can start out using this one. Everyone has the same icon. It's like a lion or something like that. But those you could play. If you don't have the icon on your card with a citizen or your prowess, then you're not able to use it. And so that's the only issue. And that also goes with your reaction cards. And so, but great game in that aspect that you're able to counter and attack at the same time. But the only problem I have is there wasn't not enough options, not only with the leaders or the citizens or the card or the event cards. It just seemed a lot of repetitiveness without any benefits. I think the game mechanically needs a little bit more. The look is phenomenal. The card quality is really good. Everything's good, but the mechanics just seem very repetitive, and it's just a little underwhelming. especially with the look of the cards and the premise of what the game's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be more of a take that. A lot of the action cards are very similar in nature, so are the reaction cards. And so it almost feels like you're just doing the same thing over and over because there's not that much of a difference. So for me, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. I think that this is a game that needs to be I think they have the core, but they need to do more with it because the design and illustration is phenomenal. So what do you think?
I'll admit, I was bored the entire game because it doesn't have enough to it for me as far as, and we do enjoy Take That and all that, but
that's actually our
like
favorite.
He said, it's just, I don't know, a lot of the cards were similar. I can honestly say there was probably, we went through about half the deck and I probably played the same card at least 3 to 4 times.
Yeah.
Several of them, 3 to 4 times. And it was just, meh. And then the Take That, I don't know, it was just, it just wasn't exciting for me. And it was very repetitive. And it's just, you're just basically constantly rotating these. You can't get the ones on the top. You know what's coming. It's just, I don't know. It was just way too linear. There was no exciting moment. And it was just like, who gets the 6 first? And even with the Take That, it was very easy to get your 6, to be honest. We both had 5 when he got the last one. And I'm not going to lie, I was happy my card couldn't prevent him from getting that last one because he took it from me to win. And I wasn't even upset about it because I was bored and I did want the game to end. And the frustration for me started from the beginning. The rule book, it does have all the information, but it was very, I don't know, the way it's laid out is not in a logical way. So you have to read through the whole thing several times to kind of put it all together. We finally just watched a video, and the way the person, I think it was Maple Mountain, the one that's on their website, he puts it in a very simple way. It's a simple game. It shouldn't be that hard to explain in a rule book. It's a simple game. They just made it they had all the information spread out. So you had to read this and that to put it all together. So watching that video helped us to, that's easy. And so then we really didn't even have to reference the rule book at that point because it was very simple once all the information was put together.
Yeah, because the action and reaction cards pretty much state what everything does, and it's in simple terms. Yeah. It's just not in simple terms in the rule book, the order of everything. And
it's a very short, the rule book looks big, but the actual explanation of the game is only a few pages, but most of the book is just explaining the different cards, which is a good thing, but they needed to go a little bit more logical and more explanation of like showing what they're talking about, because they're using all this terminology that's just for their game, like prowess and start with a C for the classes. The words they're using is just specific to this game, so it's not like a common knowledge, common mechanic for all across games. So, yeah, I just feel they could tweak that a lot and make it easier to just start playing because it's a very simple game. But
and it does need a player aid too, which would indicate the turn order and some of the iconography on the other side.
So for me, this game was a 4 because honestly, I don't see myself playing this game again. And I don't like rating. I hate to rate games low, especially when developers send them to us, but we're honest in our reviews and it's not for us. But who knows? Maybe it's just us. It could just be us. We play a lot of games, so maybe I'm just pickier than I used to be. I don't know.
She is.
But so I have very high standards for games, I think, because I've played a lot of great games. So I'm always comparing games to the games I love. And if they're not anywhere close to that enjoyment, of course I'm going to rate it low. So we will put the link in the description so you can check this game out for yourself. It is highly rated on BGG, so maybe it's just me. But so do you have anything else you want to say?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you took something away from this video. Hopefully it helped you to decide whether this is a game for your collection. The artwork is great. It does have a lot. It talks about the history of all these leaders. It has a great theme, and it does have a great base. I will say that. I do agree with Anthony on that. So thank you for watching. Please give this video a like. Please feel free to leave any comments. We hope you're already subscribed. If not, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time.